So, a very warm welcome to today's webinar on future of Six Sigma professionals. So, I would like to introduce myself. I am Aditi and from QAI. So, as our topic goes, the future of Six Sigma professionals. So, here are some questions that we will be defining today. That is Six Sigma really useful in today's world? Will it help us in our career growth in any way? And if yes, then how can we accomplish the skill? What does the future hold for Lean Six Sigma in this age of automation when organizations can significantly reduce their processing time all the way up to 80% by adopting automation alone? So these are some questions that we will be defining in this session. And there are many adept professionals like you who are yet to unleash the power of Lean Six Sigma. So let's get started. Next slide, please. So before we begin, I would like to tell you a little bit about us, about QAI. So QAI was founded in the US over 30 years ago. And since then, we have had more than 700 customer journeys and clients in more than 30 countries globally. The focus area of QAI has morely been towards process improvements, business excellence, managing quality, and we are, in fact, the trusted partners for success for many conglomerates. Next slide. So here we would like to tell you what we do. So we are into we do consulting, we do training, we do customer engagements, and these are the kind of customers whom we have catered. Just to give you a brief list of some of our prestigious clients. Next, please. So these are some of the leaders in the industry who trusted us, and we are partners in success. Now, moving on, I would like to formally introduce you to our coach for today's session, Ms. Rashmi. Ms. Rashmi is having nearly 25 plus years of experience, predominantly in the IT segment. And for more than 18 plus years, she has been very heavily involved in training, consulting domains, specifically related to business improvements, lean, Six Sigma, and in fact, she is very passionate about Lean Six Sigma, and she's also one of our senior coaches for Six Sigma. To sign off, saying that she's a process effectiveness and compliance auditor. So without much ado, over to you, Rashmi.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aditi. I really appreciate the introduction. Just on the lighter note, I think I am an IT professional by brain and more of a fiery Six Sigma enthusiast by heart. Okay. So on this note, warm good afternoon to you all. It's indeed a pleasure to have you all, and I thank each one of you for being available for this webinar today. I'm sure you will definitely have good takeaways to introspect post this webinar. So on this note, let us quickly take a look at today's agenda. Okay. So since we have a mixed audience today, we will quickly understand what is Lean Six Sigma and then move to the burning question, which I am sure most of you must be having. Is Lean Six Sigma still relevant? Because the future of Six Sigma professional will definitely depend on the answer to this question, isn't it, team? Well, the short answer for this question is yes. It's simple like asking, is diet and exercise really relevant to your health? Of course, yes, isn't it? However, with advent of time, this concept of dieting and health has evolved. The principles of eating better and moving more will still be relevant, isn't it? Similarly, results of Six Sigma can be exceptionally great, and any investment will be worth it. With a caveat, goal is meaningful result. However, what counts as a meaningful result is yet to be discussed and agreed upon. Only thing we need to keep in mind is that how we achieve those objectives and what works for our current reality should evolve. Okay? And you, as Six Sigma professionals, can really help in bringing it closer to reality. Now, friends, as competition is increasing, awareness about process improvement is also increasing. So it is obvious to expect Lean Six Sigma to become popular than ever. With its ability to solve business problems, it is widely used in various business sectors. So we will also discuss the future scope and opportunities of Six Sigma in coming years and show you how it is a career worth exploring. Now, so let us start and see what is Lean Six Sigma. But before even going into the definition of Lean Six Sigma, what are the typical workplace scenarios today? Aren't they more like crushing unpredictability, chaos to meet the deadlines, no time for planning and strategizing, intense stress, demanding customers, thin profit lines? And I'm sure your to-do list must be remaining the same by the end of the day, isn't it, team? These are the few problems that we as professionals are battling day in and day out. And most of you are working extremely hard to keep up with the pressure. Now, if you see the real challenge, what is the real challenge of today? It is to deliver a valuable product or service created by highly competent and motivated team in an efficient operational environment. And what is most important here, it is to keep that level of performance going as things change. How can we achieve this? Yes, you are right, with the help of Lean Six Sigma. So friends, what is Lean Six Sigma? Well, it is a methodology to improve business performance and reduce waste and inefficiencies from your processes. So to accomplish this, we have two methodologies. Those are DMAKE, which stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Now, this methodology is applied to existing processes or systems. If you want to improve any objective which is existing, then in that case, you use DMAKE methodology. Okay. Now, DMAD-V, which stands for define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. This is used to redesign or create totally new process or design. So just to add on to the definition, we all know that we have different processes in different work functions. So Lean Six Sigma, what it does is it brings about parity between processes and quantitatively, with the help of tools, rate their performance on the same scale. So this scale is called as Six Sigma score, Six Sigma rating, or in Six Sigma language, it is called as process sigma. Okay. Now that we have brief understanding of what Lean Six Sigma is all about and what do you mean by process sigma, I just thought of sharing with you one interesting case. Can you believe this, team? My car is allergic to ice cream. Yes, this was actually a complaint received by customer service department of a premium car company. So customer, he described how every night after dinner, he used to drive in his new car to a local ice cream parlor to buy the decided flavor. So what used to happen is every time he bought vanilla flavor and started back home, car wouldn't start. Okay. If he bought any other flavor, chocolate, strawberry, mango, car would start up completely fine. After many such instances, he finally concluded that his car was allergic to vanilla ice cream. So, car company at first, they really thought this is a crazy complaint and they neglected the complaint. However, on the second thought, on the second complaint, they thought that they should send an engineer to check it out. So, engineer and the customer, they drove together to the ice cream parlor. And yes, it was vanilla ice cream that night. And you guessed it right. After they came back to the car, it wouldn't start. Now, engineer who was Six Sigma trained refused to believe that this car was allergic to vanilla ice cream. So, what he did was he jotted down all sorts of data. So, basically, he carried out the pilot and he jotted down all sorts of data like the time of the day, the type of the gas use, time taken by the customer to go into the parlor and to come out of the ice cream parlor, to drive back and forth. All sorts of data he jotted down for 1 week. And so by the end of the week, the engineer had the clue. Man took less time to buy vanilla ice cream than other flavors. Why was that? This was dependent on the layout of the store. Okay, so vanilla being the popular flavor, it was set up just near the door, while other flavors were at the back of the store. Also, customer wanting other flavors had to wait for longer times. Those buying vanilla were out of the parlor in a minute or two. So, this was the moment of truth for the engineer. Time was the problem, not the vanilla ice cream. So, but then how is it related to the car? So, engineer quickly came up with the answer as he was technically adept. So, this was because of a phenomena called as vapor lock. So, this vapor lock is formed in the new car's carburetor due to humid temperatures. Now, what used to happen is this vapor lock had plenty of time to clear. Plenty of time to clear if the man took more time to reach the car. But if he ordered vanilla, then he was in and out of the parlor so fast that the vapor lock did not get time to clear, and thus the car couldn't start. Funny, isn't it, friends? Sometimes even crazy looking and sounding problems turn out to be legitimate. So always remember this tagline, okay, or this inspirational quote. Your unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. And this was said by Bill Gates. So friends, this is classic example of customer centricity with empathy. Now, please remember that empathy is a very, very important aspect. So, what exactly is empathy? Well, it is understanding of another situation, feelings, and motives. So, every Six Sigma professional should imbibe empathy. And friends, this is key to deliver great customer experience. So, this was an interesting case study which I thought of sharing with you and which will definitely add value when we will go to the next slide. Okay, so what? So now Six Sigma has a problem solving approach. Okay, to solve a problem with the help of Six Sigma. So whatever case study we discuss closely is related to this mathematical formula which is displayed on your screen. Okay, don't worry, I'll be not teaching you all math. But this is a very important formula which will help us to connect our problem with our cause. So this mathematical formula is called as y is equal to f of x. Now, let us try and understand the terms in this formula. So y in this formula is called as the problem that we are trying to solve. Okay. F is the underlying process or system in which this problem is occurring. And X will tell you about what is causing this problem. So, friends, in this way, your problem and causes are related to each other. Your problem is dependent on the causes and the systems and the processes it is lying in. So, if you want to circumvent your problem, then it is imperative for you to look closely at the processes and the causes. Unless you resolve your causes and the inefficiencies in the process, your problem will not be circumvented. Now, considering the vanilla ice cream story, what do you think is Y, F, and X? Isn't why the car wouldn't start for certain flavors, isn't it, team? Well, F would be the overall layout of the shop, and X is the cause, that is the vapor lock that the engineer identified. So, this is how your problem and your cause is related. Now, this formula, when it gets associated with Six Sigma, it is called as the breakthrough equation. Okay? So, we use this formula to find out what inputs will give us best and optimal output. So, this is a brief overview of what Six Sigma is all about. We know what is Six Sigma now. We know the methodologies of Six Sigma. We have also understood the approach of solving problems with the help of breakthrough equation. So, friends, this was just a sneak peek in our Six Sigma basics. Now, let's go ahead with more relevant questions. Now, coming back to our main question, is Six Sigma still relevant in 2022, which is almost getting over, and start of 2023 in era of automation? All of you must have heard success stories of Toyota, GE, and Motorola. These organizations are committed to and executed main principles of process improvement, which at that time were worthy. However, frankly, I felt there was more overemphasis on the count of Lean Six Sigma belts instead of meaningful results. And when there was a focus on results, it was narrow, singular focus on dollar save. It was not customer or employee focused. Now, team, for the health of our business and for the joy and fulfillment of our employees, and to create real value for our customers, we must move long way from the mundane slides that we keep looking at Six Sigma or the old manufacturing examples which are 30 years old. So the question, is the exercise still relevant in 2023? Sure, if focus and your methods have evolved since 1950. Results can be exceptionally great, and any investment will be worth it if your goal is meaningful results. Now, what do you mean by meaningful results? Let's take a look at that. Now, meaningful results mean we must move ahead now from counting number of people trained or dollar saved. Results must focus on delivering greater. And to achieve these greater results, we must evolve to more modern approach for building capabilities. To be relevant today, our learning must create value for the customer. It should give joy for at work for our employees. You must be able to scale and sustain your operations for your organization. And once you do all this, it will ultimately lead to higher revenue and lower costs. Of course, the first step is certification. However, after getting certified, it is you, Six Sigma professionals, to realize realistic goals based on knowledge gained. How to achieve this? Let us see in the subsequent slide. Now, what is the approach of building capabilities so that our learning is relevant today? Now, these are very, very important points which you as Six Sigma professionals should focus on. Firstly, Six Sigma plays an integral part in the strategic vision. Once the business has identified a mission statement and carried out a SWOT analysis, then Six Sigma can help you focus on the improvement, which would bridge the gap between strategic and tactical goals. Secondly, you must accentuate more on application based learning. So, this is more than just theoretical aspect. So, whenever you are doing your certification course, you must focus on the application part rather than getting certified. So, remember, team, Six Sigma is concept heavy, and it is important to comprehend how this can be applied to your work life. Okay. Now, the third point is very, very important. You should empower your team to do things differently. Why? Because it challenges status quo and it empowers your individual to unleash their capabilities. Try to do something different in your day to day tasks, which will wow your customers. So, this tagline of doing things differently will really help you and your teams in coming up with simple yet innovative solutions. Lastly, it is very, very important for you to keep eye on your business as usual. That is all your operational activities like services, transactions, etc. Lot of insights we get about the current performance of the company from these activities. So, future Six Sigma professionals is really not restricted to mundane tactical activities, but it is much more than that. You are actually the game changers for the organization. Now, once you know what we need to do, but how to do it is a question. For this, it is very, very important for us to understand and to balance two imperatives of business. So, what are those two imperatives? Let us see now. As we have earlier said, it is very, very important for Six Sigma professionals to understand the bigger picture and help to balance two business imperatives. So, first being balance scorecard. I'm sure most of you must have heard about this balance scorecard. This is a strategic planning and management framework that looks at four perspectives: financial, customer, processes, and learning and growth in order to meet and achieve companies' objectives. Senior leadership of your organization uses this tool to track the performance of the organization. Now, Six Sigma accentuates on similar four areas. So, more from the feedback perspective, such which are called as voices. So, voices of customer or voice of business, voice of process, or and voice of employees. Now, how you use the tools is almost as important as what tools you use. Let's say you tell your team to implement Six Sigma in your organization and improve every process that they identify. Do you think it will really work? Not only that is going to cost you a great deal, but isn't it irrational? Because probably team would be improving a process which isn't strategic enough to improve. Having said this, Six Sigma professional, it is important that you use both these frameworks together to create ultimate management solution. How do you do this? The balance scorecard could be used to identify what processes are important, and Six Sigma could be used to improve those broken processes. So, friends, in the nutshell, an approach that combines targeted performance indicators of your balance scorecard with statistical rigor of Six Sigma can be effectively used to focus on the achievement of the strategic goal. Now, once we have understood the imperatives of our business, now let us understand what you as Six Sigma professionals should actually focus on. I'm sure this must have been the doubt in your mind. What is it that we should focus on? So, as a Six Sigma professional, irrespective of your background, you can help your organization to strategize and achieve the goals. First step for you to get is the Six Sigma knowledge, which you would accomplish with Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt certification program. Post this knowledge, then as a Six Sigma professional, you should start focusing on bigger picture, trying to understand vision. This applies to Green Belt as well, who will improve tactical processes within their workspace. However, they should also affirm that whatever processes they are improving, whether they are part of the vision or not. Now, you will be establishing right framework with the help of knowledge with in the latest technology. So this would really help organization to tackle complex problems seamlessly. Now, these are the areas that you as a Six Sigma professional should be focusing on. Now, the last point that I broached upon was the latest advances in technology. Now, it's time for us to discuss whether technology and Six Sigma is it related or not. So, if with so now it is important for Six Sigma professionals to be aware of latest technological trend. Now, team, can you tell me with artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotic process automation, is Six Sigma still valid? Now, when we talk about latest technology, we have seen accelerated usage of AI and ML in many ways. Chatbots are our servicing customers, isn't it, team? I'm sure when if you're buying products from Amazon and you had to chat sometime, then those are chatbots. So they are using these latest technology. And now robots are checking temperatures of patients. I remember during pandemic, okay, during Corona pandemic, there were influx or there was surge of people or patients in the hospital. So many hospitals had utilized robots to check for the preliminary test, like your temperature of your body, the blood pressure, or the oxygen level of your body. So they had started using robots. Now, but artificial intelligence and machine learning with Six Sigma. This combination is little weird, isn't it? It it sounds really like Godfather and now your current hero, Iron Man, coming together, isn't it? But if you see, team, Six Sigma is all about quality. And in quality, there are three pillars in quality. So those three pillars are quality control, quality assurance, and quality improvement. Now, what is quality control? Quality control is nothing but it is a tactical practice of checking your products with respect to the quality standards that your organization or customer has set in. Then, what is quality assurance? Quality assurance is a proactive step which focuses on imbibing quality at every stage of your product or service development. Okay. And then your last pillar, which is called as quality improvement. This is a practice of continually improving your process and your product. So, this last pillar, that is your quality improvement pillar, has various concepts like basic Six Sigma tools, like 7QC tools, Lean, Six Sigma, innovation, your robotic process automation, design thinking, machine learning, everything will fall into this cadre. This clearly signifies that all these concepts go hand in hand. Nothing is independent. Okay. However, many times it is assumed that automation is going to replace quality activities. Do you think, friends, it is really possible to replace quality activities? Will Six Sigma be required into the future? This question will be really there in your minds. So let's try to address that question. Now, my take on this question would be robotics and animation or automation is only possible when where a process has manual activities and repetitive activities at a process step level. That means an activity level. So these process steps can be identified when you do end-to-end process mapping. How you accomplish end-to-end process mapping? With the help of Six Sigma tools. So here you would be using Six Sigma. Visual stream maps or flowchart are the common tools that we are using to create this end-to-end process mapping. Once this manual process steps are identified, then the next step is to plug in the automation in such a way that our step is more effective and perfect. Please remember, team, now, whenever customer pays an amount against a product or a service he's purchasing, he is also paying for the inbuilt quality, isn't it? No customer in this world would want to purchase a product without quality. Just imagine our world full of robots. Will it be possible? Who are these robots ultimately working for? Can there be a place in this world where we ourselves are saying we do not need human interventions, but we want robots to eventually take all our activities? This is an impossible situation, I think, in this current world. Human intervention is extremely essential. And hence, the conclusion that Six Sigma, which is a part of process excellence within the quality trio. What was the quality trio? Quality control, quality assurance, and quality improvement will be a never perishable concept. Customer will always buy a product with quality and which is built inside the product. Now, if quality is absent, then it is definitely going to be a hit on your revenue and ultimately on your business. So here the takeaway is your organization will be delivering products or services. Products will be made with the help of processes. So if you have processes in your organization, there will be Six Sigma. If there is human intervention, there will be Six Sigma. So this is the first step of identifying value added and non-value added steps. Then automating and plugging in would be just the part of the solution that you would be giving as the part of this problem solving approach. And this is done in the improve phase of the Six Sigma DMake methodology. Now, answer to the above question is obvious. Yes, Six Sigma is here to stay. Now, let us understand why Six Sigma for professionals. So why you should be going in for Six Sigma certification or knowledge. Now, why would you go for Six Sigma certification? Now, you should become Six Sigma professional because the industry demands such kind of skills in an employee. An individual who has pursued Lean Six Sigma course can extend their professional management career in any industry, irrespective of your background. He is not only knowledgeable in Six Sigma, but also expert in process excellence. So, because of which he is able to deliver customer-centric solution, which is your second point. Okay. Now, please remember, whenever you are finding customer-centric solution, we must begin with empathy. As Six Sigma professional, we must embrace empathy principle by living and experiencing our customer pain points strictly from their perspective. It requires us to open our nerve endings and to increase our awareness. And friends, this definitely cannot be done from behind a desk or from inside the boundaries of an interview or from the pages of a requirement document. No, this cannot be done in this fashion. We need to be on ground, working, observing, most important, suffering along with the customer under realistic conditions. Once we understand these realistic conditions very well, then it will help us to provide breakthrough solutions. Now, friends, you will agree after pandemic, one of the most compelling business issue is business sustainability, isn't it? Now, what has happened is most of the executives, voice that's their support for making their companies greener. Okay, so they may struggle to put a plan in place that realizes the sustainability goals. Green Lean Six Sigma has emerged as a solution to this challenge. So, what is Green Lean Six Sigma? It is an approach towards achieving environmental objectives combined with operational performance. So, this Green Lean Six Sigma consists of tools and practices to achieve environmental performance by eliminating waste and conserving resources. Today, friends, even our government is looking for such innovative solutions. They want to do away with plastics. They want to plant more trees. So these kind of solutions is expected from the Six Sigma professionals. Now, just like Lean Six Sigma principles apply to solving challenges in any industry, it must also address how to make organizations' operations more environmental friendly. Okay, so This is a huge plus in our world where sustainable operations have become major part of every corporation's strategic vision, prompted by frequency of climate change related events. Even in India, we have witnessed so many events lately: flooding in Orissa, untimely rains at Chennai, then corona pandemic is here to stay. So all these have taught us to become sustainable in every possible way, and we cannot take nature for granted. So we have to use our resources in judicious manner. So now, with so many opportunities coming your way, you are equipped with more and more knowledge to contribute to the fullest in this industry. So, as Six Sigma professional, you can solve any challenge in the industry. You can also address how you can make the overall organization's operations environmentally friendly. So, this would be definitely a game changer in today's world. Now, with so many opportunities coming, you as a Six Sigma professional will be go-to person in your organization. And this will ultimately help you to climb the professional ladder. And what will be the outcome? Obviously, handsome remuneration. Isn't it, team? So, but along with, how this would be useful for you as a professional, you as Six Sigma professionals should also encompass some special qualities. So what are those special qualities? These special qualities will definitely augment your career path very well. Okay, so lean Six Sigma professional needs to have strong leadership and strong management skills, along with positive attitude towards challenges. Okay, so they should have good verbal skills and possess ability to rely information to all the stakeholders in the company across spectrum. They should be able to communicate effectively with all all the levels of the organization. Now, friends, Six Sigma practitioners should have very good understanding of how business process works. This will allow practitioners to work with management and key individuals to produce optimal results. Now, I would also recommend that you should go in for few problem solving courses like TRIZ, okay, which is theory of inventive problem solving. This is a really good technique that fosters invention for the project teams who are stuck while solving a business challenge. It provides data on the similar past projects, which can help your teams to move forward and also to find a new path. You can use TRIZ in the improve phase of your DMake cycle. So there are many trainings in TRIZ which you can undergo. So this will just open up your ability to solve problems more effectively. Now, merging continuous improvements with power of advanced data analytics will offer organizations a chance to improve overall operations. So another thing which I feel, which you as a Six Sigma professional should inculcate, is knowledge of data analytics. So what does data analytics do? Data analytics can enhance Lean Six Sigma tools. Lean Six Sigma can identify areas where data analytics needs to be applied. Now, working together, these two things, that is Lean Six Sigma and data analytics, can make organizations more competitive, effective, and efficient. Last but definitely not the least. Good statistical knowledge will really be helpful. And we get this knowledge when we are doing the green belt and black belt certification. Statistical knowledge is very important because it will really help you to for decision making. You will decide using data and not just I think decisions. So, friends, in the nutshell, it is very, very important for Six Sigma professional to be multifaceted so that whatever challenges industry throws, he is equipped not only to accept them, but to circumvent those challenges for the betterment of customers and organization. Now, now let us check what is the future of of our, just a minute, team. I think I missed a slide. No, yeah, okay. Now let us check the future of Six Sigma professionals in various sectors. In various sectors. So now, friends, let us look at what all industries use Six Sigma. So manufacturing organizations have embraced Six Sigma completely. Majority of the cases, it is all done as a standalone project. One of the reasons is non-availability of data, and Six Sigma is data driven. So data collection is slightly difficult job in manufacturing, and the accuracy and precision of data will always have a question mark. Now, as the world moves towards automation coupled with IoT, Internet of Things, the availability of data would be abundant and data quality will be lot better, as well as now this will be a good news for Six Sigma professionals. This will help manufacturing guys to start looking at improving their output quality towards Six Sigma standards. Manufacturing will gain immensely in terms of Six Sigma usage. Now, team, after manufacturing, much talked about industry for Six Sigma application in last decade or two is BPO industry. Now, BPO is a place where RPA, AI, and ML have been discussed heavily. Today, majority of the projects in BPO are towards accuracy, SLA, or productivity. The uses of Six Sigma is going to continue in BPO, but even with more challenging opportunity. Now, let me take an example of a credit card sales team. Now, I'm sure you also must be receiving minimum 10 calls for credit cards, isn't it? The conversion rate is not encouraging today. And we have very little data to identify what are the driving factors which will influence sales beyond a certain limit. We get many calls today and we keep rejecting them. The availability of digital data for sales conversion would really help in identifying the drivers for revenue generation. We would be able to arrive at Six Sigma regression equation for revenue generated, and this would be game changer. So now you see, you will play a key role in sales enablement. Okay? Now, the next industry which I feel where Six Sigma would be quite predominant is your IT industry. Okay, it has been extensive since last 2 decades. Many IT maintenance support processes have already got optimized to deliver optimum quality. Okay, meet SLAs, reduce resolution and turnaround times. We have umpteen case studies which has reduced defects, which has reduced turnaround times, and so on and so forth. Now, ITES, which is IT enabled systems, The penetration of Six Sigma has been extensive. Many IT maintenance and support processes have got optimized to deliver optimum quality products. At the same time, there are many repetitive processes which will get automated, but quantum of work in the ITES is definitely going to increase, and the trend of usage of Lean Six Sigma would also increase. So if you are in the IT or ITES sector, I'm sure you will continue to have opportunities, and that would be infinite. Okay. Now, next most important industry with the predominant, which is predominant now with advent of pandemic is e-commerce, isn't it, team? E-commerce is here to stay, and for a long time, isn't it? Nowadays, if someone is not selling their products on online, then they would not stay in business for long. And it is no secret that e-commerce or m-commerce, that is your mobile commerce, would increase their relevance in coming decade. There has been talks of, or in some cases, there has been usage of drones to deliver the products. And this will be a way forward. Having said that, all these majorities of e-commerce companies which are going through challenging times in terms of being competitive, many e-commerce players like Amazon or Flipkart have many Six Sigma opportunities, and trend is going to continue in future as well. Why? Because it is all about optimization. The one who optimizes the supply chain would get the better cost advantage and will be relevant in the market. Now, who can do optimization better than Lean Six Sigma professionals? Answer is no one else. So, more power to you, Six Sigma professionals. Okay. So, this one area needs to be explored in Six Sigma Lean journey. Which is this area? This area is of agriculture. Now, agriculture have problems which requires interventions like Lean Six Sigma professionals. Coming from, now I have met people who have come from the farming background. There are plenty of agricultural problems, and we have not seen solution yet. The factors influencing the outcome are many, and data is very limited, and the quality of data is also very poor. Conducting experiments is also very difficult in controlling the factors. Now, with the use of IoT, the presence of data for each factor with to the best possible accuracy, the industry would be data rich. And the availability of data means it is the work for Six Sigma to solve complex problems, not just diseases in plants, but also nutritious output as well. Customization in food can be thought of. Design of experiments would take a center stage in conducting various studies. So, friends, these are the few examples where there would be umpteen opportunities for you to work as Six Sigma professionals. The another industry would be food processing, healthcare, startups. Startup is an era where there is a need to build robust process. There are many startups which are coming up, and if you closely look at the failure of startups, process inefficiencies will be the reason. Now, if I have to summarize the overall industries, then I can tell you one case study for startup. If it is done right, how Six Sigma could be effective. I had a friend who had set this e-commerce company for supply of fresh fruits and vegetables. So he ran it for a year, and then with he had various models like business to customer, business to restaurants, so on and so forth. team, with the help of Lean Six Sigma, he was profitable within 5 months, and he sold 99% of the vegetables that he procured. So, team, Lean Six Sigma is here to stay. Some of the business functions like HR practices, supply chain, and marketing and customer support will also see surge in Six Sigma in future. So, summarizing the need, the technology and the competitiveness of market will definitely generate higher interventions of Six Sigma to set the processes right and get the best out of them. Now, on the last note, I will leave you all with the leaders speak. These are the prominent leaders who have reiterated of whatever we have discussed today. Former President of United States, Barack Obama, he had said that master the tools and technology that will change the way we do about everything. Tony Tsai, the former CEO of Zappos, customer service should not be a department. It should be entire company. You are the brand ambassadors in whichever department you all are working. You are the brand ambassadors of your department. So, and another one is the former Pepsi CEO, Indira Nui. She has said that if you want to improve your organization, you have to improve yourself, and organization will automatically get pulled off. And who doesn't know Steve Jobs, isn't it? So he's saying that our belief should be such strong that if we keep putting in great products in front of customer, they would continue to open their wallets irrespective of recession or no recession. So on this note, team, I really thank you for being patient and listening to all the discussion that was happening. So now it's a question answer time.
Yeah,
So,
lovely. Lovely,
yeah.
Rashmi. Thank you so much. And I hope all of you were able to take some new points from our webinar. So now it's time for some Q&A. So we'd love to have some questions. You can type in your questions in the chat window. So here I have a question. Does Six Sigma has too much statistics?
Oh,
Rashmi, someone had asked
okay.
this question.
Okay. So Aditi, someone had asked you this question. It's a very, very nice question. Yes, Six Sigma is statistical heavy. But team, remember one thing, we don't want to be statisticians. So all we need to know is how to apply this wonderful technique of statistics in our real work life. So some statistics is there, but not totally in depth. We will be covering the aspects of statistics at a broader level, which will help you to make decisions.
Thank you, Rashmi. So before leaving, I would like to announce our next upcoming dates of Six Sigma batches. And next slide, please.
Yeah,
We
sure.
have some special offerings and discounts available as well for being such a wonderful audience. We have given some discounts till 25th of November. These are weekend batches that we are launching. 3rd December, 4th December, 10th and 11th December. And then we have a very exhaustive 10 days Lean Six Sigma Black Belt schedule from 18th of January 2023. So in case if you are interested, then please get in touch with us. Here is the contact credentials. Please move on to the next slide. So you can connect with us and we'll be happy to share more details on our program. So signing off here and very happy learning to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, team. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Rashmi. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aditi. Bye-bye.